In this quick video guide, we're going to see how we can use a project in Unreal Engine 5 to set up a basic studio set that we can work with our Metahuman if we are testing Metahumans or we want to do like a simple scene using Metahumans. So first of all, you need the Epic Games Launcher, of course. If you didn't already, you need to download this and install it, and then you can access the various content and Unreal Engine, Twinmotion, and other software, video games, etc., etc. So if you don't know how to do this, you see some other video guides in the channel. And once we are in the Epic Games Launcher, we need to go in the marketplace, and we're going to search for Metahuman, or you can search for Metahuman Lining if you want to be more precise. But if you're searching for Metahuman, you can also find other projects or other packages and plugins that can be helpful to work with metahumans in many ways. So you can see I've already downloaded some of these, and the one I'm talking about is this one here, Metahuman Lining, and it's available in 5.4 version, which is the last version of Unreal Engine. So if you click here, you can proceed to the chart, and it's going to be free, but this is an example. So you add to the chart, then you go to the cart, and you can basically buy it, but you're not buying it. It's basically free. So once you do that, once you complete the process in the chart, you will find it in the library, not in the overall library, but you need to be in the Unreal Engine here, where you have the Unreal Engine version downloaded. And of course, you need also one version of Unreal Engine, and in this case, you need the 5.4. And these are the projects here. And if you go down the library, if you scroll down, you'll find the other packages, plugins, or whatever. Now, I've already created a project. So I'm just going to double click and open that one and show you what you need to do to have the basic setup. So while this loads, and usually it takes some time to load things in Unreal Engine. So while it loads, I'm going to search here in the library. There we go, just to show you that this is not a plugin. This is an actual project, an Unreal Engine project that you can use. So you can just, well, you can remove it or just click on the yellow button to create a new project. I'm not doing that right now because that takes time. So I don't want to be slow. I want to be quick, simple, easy. And so I just created this before. So now all I need to do is just double click this, open it up, and show you, the really basic steps to set up a nice scene that looks quite realistic and also good in terms of lining. Now, we're going to use something that is also called 3-point lining, and you'll find more information on the web and also in the channel. I always use, in every software, I teach the 3-point lining. So you can use it in Unreal Engine, you can use it in Blender, you can use it in 3ds Max, Cinema 4D. So at the beginning here, we need to activate the Epic Ray Tracer. Is the best quality, and it could ask you to, with the message, to change some settings in the project settings. Now, we also have an entire video course in Unreal Engine if you're not expert. So if you want to know more, you can check the entire video course. Now, if I look around here, there is some lights that are lining up my subject in this scene, and we also have a backdrop there and a backlight. We have a couple of side lights that we can use as a fill light, and this is also animated, but the standard Metahuman is not animated. I just animated using another technique, but again, all this stuff is explained if you look for in the Unreal Engine playlist in the channel, or the Unreal Engine video course. So I'm going to exit the preview live mode, and let's go here to click the little cube with the plus icon, and let's go to Quixel Bridge. This is where you can the Metahuman, because the Metahuman is not included in this scene. You need to download it and insert it. So go to the Metahuman section of Quixel Bridge. You can take one of these presets. That's going to be fine. That's what I've done for this scene. Otherwise, you can create your own. And again, this is in another video guide. But you can create also pretty precise metahumans based on the mesh that you want, that you create, or maybe from your face. and from photogrammetry also. And I've taken this one here, which is a preset. It's called Pia, and you can see this already downloaded because it has a green check mark. Otherwise, you need to click on this little green button with the arrow to download it. And again, it's going to take some time, so be patient because this is big, heavy stuff. You need to wait. And once it's finished, you click on the blue arrow, and that's going to bring it inside the content of your project. Now you can also double click and expand if you want to know more about this and you want a bigger preview of the character. And here also you can click to download. It's already downloaded. You can click on the plus to add it to your project. You can sometimes change quality here and do something more advanced, but let's keep it nice and neat. And then if you want, you can go to the Metahuman Creator, which is an online editor for Metahumans. Again, explain in another video that you'll find in the playlist. So let's assume that you don't want to create your customized, you want to get one of these. Well, that's simple. You just wait until it's downloaded, and then you click on the plus or you click on this little blue arrow, and that's going to bring it inside the project, but not inside the scene yet. It's not going to be in there. To drag and drop the character in the scene from the content browser, you need to go in the content browser or access any way that you find it at the bottom left, and then you need to get this one here, the BP file, blueprint file. And from the main folder, usually you should find here a MetaHumans folder. In the MetaHumans folder, you should find the name of the MetaHuman you want to use. So double click, and then in this folder you find the BP, which is the blueprint, and that's the one you want to drag and drop. So click, drag and drop from the content browser, from the content drawer into the scene, into the space, the virtual space. And then you need to move it around and position that wherever you want. Now I think it's a little bit far, so that's why it looks pretty small. Let's try to bring it closer. There you go. So now it's in the scene, and you need to bring it inside in the middle where all the lights are. You can also use this box as a reference. I think it should be inside that box to look good, but then you can just move it around where you think that it looks the best for you. This is a post-process volume, by the way. Maybe it does something more, or you can create your own post-process volumes. I'm just going to use that as a reference. So you can see that if you move the character around, you're going to have another effect. So if I move it like there in the back, you see I have kind of a strong light coming from the bottom. So that's a totally different effect, because here instead I have a spotlight coming from the top. So I'm going to delete one of the metahumans. I'm only going to keep this one here. And if I get closer, I can see better what this lining is doing. Now, this is a customized lining that I've just set up, but I've set up this using the ones that are already there, the lights that you find already in there. So the first one is going to be the ambient light, which I'm not using right now because I wanted a really dark scene. But if you want, there you go. See, you can see everything is organized into folders, subfolder, groups. And so just let's change this. So now you can see it's too strong. This is the ambient light. Define the intensity and the color by selecting the light and just going in there in the properties and changing the intensity. Now I want this to be really low, and then you proceed to the next one. So for each light, you can expand, locate the actual light that it's inside these groups, and then customize it at your will. So if I go here, the first one after the, well, if you want also to move everything, the whole system of lights, you can use the light parent group. So it's going to move everything around, so you can position it where you think it's better. Then next one is going to be the background light. So this projecting on the back is used to create kind of a background effect, and it's pointing at the backdrop. So I think it's really good, again, for environment, not really for working with the character. And then you have one key light on the left. Again, you can move it, you can change the position, the size, the intensity, the color. I've chosen a pink light and a blue light for these two lights so we can distinguish them little bit more. And then you have a second key light. Well, usually if you're using one key light, the other one on the other side should be a fill light. So it should be a little lighter and, well, sorry, a little dimmer. And right now, or you can use both. I mean, it's up to you. This could be both fill lights. Well, in my case, I wanted these two to be both fill lights because I'm using this one as a key light. So we also have an extra light here on the top, a spotlight that looks like theater light, or some really strong street lamp coming from above, and I've chosen to use that. So this is my key light actually, but in this case it's called the top light. And if I go really close, you can see the beautiful effect of the combination of the various lights. They make the character stand out, they make the character realistic. And also we have some, really simple studio to render if you want to do really quick and simple animation of a metahuman doing something. And that's another part, animating metahumans. Right now, our metahuman is static, but is not in the A pose because I simply added a simple animation that I got from another plugin, but we're going to talk about this in another video guide. So subscribe to stay updated. Join the channel if you want to support us. If you want to thank us, check the other guides in the playlist, check our other courses in the channel. See you in the next video guide.